Aloha, beautiful souls, and welcome to this amazing deep week. This is eclipse season. I hope that your seatbelts are fastened and you have plenty of gas in the tank. It's a massive week. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Marissa Indigo of Divine DNA Blueprint Mystery School, and we are going to be reviewing the quantum plasma, the energy report for the week of Tuesday, March 11th through Tuesday, March 18th. Well, we are officially in the deep end of the swimming pool with the last deacon, or the deepest energies, getting into the 20s now with Pisces. So today the sun is at step 21, Pisces, and we are officially hurtling into a season of accelerated change, a lot of dynamic shift. And what's different about it is that we are uncovering, realizing, being challenged and initiated as well with becoming more multidimensional, more multifaceted in how we function, how we perceive everything, how we take action. So it's quite an extraordinary time to be here on the planet for this evolutionary process, for this ascension, the awakening, wherever you are in your process. So we're going to jump in to these dynamic energies. On Thursday, March 13th, we have a full moon, total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo. And these Virgo energies are all about introspection, health, and daily routines. Also our service, which can mean our service to ourselves in addition to everyone and our goals, our projects. We're looking a lot at our energy management, personal habits, and coming back to the drawing board with where we could improve, where we could swap out energy or focus or habits perhaps, or lifestyle practices, and upgrade. So it's a lot of self-improvement here. What makes it challenging also, in addition to so much going on that we're going to talk about, is that the day after this eclipse, Mercury goes retrograde. So Mercury has been in shadow already, getting ready to change course for a few weeks. And you may experience stuff with your car or anything with transportation, communication. So make sure to back up your computers. Mercury retrograde is awesome for us on a quantum level to get higher information, like higher, more transformational and multidimensional light codes. It sucks for linear processes and a lot of the human stuff like computers, technology, travel, cars, etc. So I'll use myself as an example. The last week my car started making these kind of like weird shuddering movements, like shaky movements, and I was like, oh my god, no. And yesterday the check engine light went on. So we thought we had it fixed with a new part, a new heart, and now there's something else. And it is an older car as well. But needless to say, it's frustrating. So there may be a lot of pieces to this week where you're like, oh my gosh, I just have to throw my hands up in the air and just surrender. I don't know. We have to choose. Are we going to get upset and worry or go negative about things? Or are we going to stay calm, open, present, soft, continuing to be expanded and allow more information to come in? So it's like we're getting thrown into kind of an energetic tornado or washing machine with a lot of active elements at play. Things are coming, things are going, things are growing, things are dissolving. And we want to keep our heads on straight. I'm hearing that White Rabbit song, Keep Your Head, right? So we really have to watch our emotions, our reactivity. And so this is another week yet again. I mean, really all weeks are this way now, where we have to use all of our tools to align ourselves every day so that we're in our mastery every day and that we can meet whatever is coming into our experience or with other people. Most people aren't doing the energetic work that we are doing here, that we are sharing on this channel. Most people out there. So you're the one in your family or your community or your workplace or whatever that's doing this kind of level of self-awareness and expansion and mastery, and maybe everyone else isn't yet aware of this or it's not on their path. So then you have the added role onto everything else of showing up as the one with the most knowledge or information or ability to see clearly and hold it down. So it's a lot this week. This is a massive week. So I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible and just explain some of what we could be experiencing. You want to look at what is leaving, allow it to go. So a big piece with this is what is meant for you will come into your experience or it will stay. And what is not meant, what is not highest aligned, will go. The easiest way to navigate all of this, and this applies to everything, but especially now for those of us where maybe we haven't started really doing this, really taking it seriously, you're going to see that this is the kind of energy now that we're getting into for the rest of this year and going forward with this eclipse, the incoming spring equinox. This is really the start of the year, the solar start of the year now. Energy is going to start ramping up. And we must perceive and dwell within our heart space, within love and peace. So you've got to align yourself before you do anything, before you take any action, even perceive something. Make sure you're in your wholeness and in your fullness first. You want to stay out of, again, emotions and triggers. And you also don't want to get too analytical and get lost in your head trying to figure it out, trying to force information or force things to happen or force solutions to come. It's like the ultimate relax and be present and be open and understand that some information, some amazing information can come forth for you this week on new ways to be your most productive, perhaps in a multidimensional sense, or really cool new strategies for instance, maybe your social media marketing for your work. These are just some examples, right, of where we can replace maybe time management with something that will assist us. So for me, my divine directive that I received was amazing and also very intense. I had kind of a walk-in experience, but not really, because it's an aspect that I've had in a piece that's been significantly increasing in awareness my whole life. But I essentially had an experience on Sunday where it was like, you have to consciously, and this is for all of us, consciously disassociate from the small self. So we take the gold from our life experiences and the appreciation and the gratitude for everything we have learned, but we no longer allow any stories, any past associations, any experiences of the past to dim our light, to dim our shine, to rob us of our peace or our confidence or any of that. So we're in the center of the vortex. We are holding that in our mastery every day, in every way, not allowing the past experiences. And so the visual I was given and some of the words I was given was, if you are a walk-in today as your higher self, soul, galactic aspect with your mission statement, you got your papers in hand. That's how you operate. So not bringing in any of the painful victim consciousness distortion from your first life now going forward. So that pertains to everything that we are working on or working towards, how we engage with our experience and with other people. It's full on avatar consciousness in our love. And so then so in order to function, your alignment is key. You align with your highest energy in your heart. You take as long as it takes every day to feel like, yeah, I'm back, I'm on, I'm in my home frequency of pure power, magic, love, wisdom, to then act from and live from that space, and then showing up and serving and sharing. So it's very simplified, but that's what I received is your focus now to really condense your energy and to increase your potency and your magnetism is to align as your highest consciousness, hold that, and then share, get out there, do the work. I'm like, okay, thank you for simplifying it. So you may be coming back to the drawing board. And if you're experiencing so much, because this is so much to see, as I have shared, right? A lot is coming in, a lot is leaving, and that's just our own inner world. And we've got all the people around us. We're watching what's going on at a collective level as well. It's also important to remember that by staying in our divine self and staying in our heart space, and not allowing the mundane and like the human perceptions of everything to spoil our alignment. So staying in your heart, in your expanded state, and going up, taking the view at the top of the mountain, looking at the whole vista. Don't get lost in the minutia. Don't get lost in the details. Trust the information will come. Don't go negative. So there's so many things to watch. And we really are reversing now. We are rewriting and reversing how we functioned before. So that means we have to be hyper aware when any kind of an old habitual mode of thinking or an attitude starts to creep in from the past self. So this is what they mean when they said, imagine that you're a walk-in as your highest divine superhero galactic self, Christed master avatar self. And you just plunk, you're here right now, and you have to focus and not allow anything to deter you, right? Yeah. So no small feat. If you are really looking at all of this and it's a lot and you could use some support, a compassionate ear, and also some divine reflection, for now through the spring equinox, I'm offering $111 off of one-to-one sessions. So there's information on this in the description box, and we go really deep. We go into the oracle state together. I teach you how to build that frequency to see for yourself and to read your Akash for yourself from an expanded state. So this is an amazing tool for you, and I would love to work with you. And that will also assist me. So it's wonderful. We show up with knowledge and we exchange, and that's how you can look at your whole reality right now. You know, how can I serve? Well, it starts with myself, filling up my cup, having my peace and my love, and then bringing in the next pieces. You know, what are the priorities now? And to bring in some fun this week, because I think we all could use some fun and some magic, and to bring some attention to our developing gifts and strengthening the gifts we have and learning about even more opportunities. Because the thing is, while we work really hard at this awakening and ascension process, the more clear we get, the more gifts, the more rewards that we get, right? We're making space for more of the fun and the magic. So this week, Ascension in the Raw with Annette, I'm so excited. We're going to be talking about multi-sensory abilities and gifts, multidimensional gifts, and different ways to strengthen and play and have fun with these. Thank goodness the universe gives us these amazing gifts of sight and all kinds of opportunities to receive information, really interesting and trippy synesthesia, right? Where you can smell the colors or taste the sounds, like really interesting things start to happen the more crystalline we go. So that will be Wednesday at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time, live on YouTube. We look forward to seeing you there, and the replay will be there for you as well. That will be a lot of fun. So this is a massive, massive week. What else is happening that makes this seem to be so challenging and intense, and another opportunity for clearing out all of that old stuff, is the outer planets, these soul level evolutionary planets that are moving and initiating entire new eras. So the planet Neptune is at 29 degrees of Pisces. That's the last degree of Pisces. So we are in the final recapitulation and clearing out of literally everything of our soul matrix. Literally everything. That's why it's intense. That's why we have to hold our alignment like our life depends on it, because in many ways it does. Our abundance, our everything, our comfort depends on our being aligned and being able to perceive clearly. So it is quite somber this week in that regard. And yet we bring in this magical quality of, oh my gosh, you know, we're wrapping up a story of 29 years as Neptune is going to leave Pisces and go into Aries. And Saturn is also going to leave Pisces and go into Aries in May. These are two massive planets out on the perimeter. This week, we also have Saturn and the Sun. This happens once a year, the Saturn Kazemi. So Kazemi is a beautiful Arabic word, which means heart of the sun, like a kiss. So it's almost as if Saturn is going into the sun itself. So you can imagine the codes here. Saturn assists us to master the physical reality. So there's divine timing, there's karma, meaning action, and also how much have you invested of yourself and your energy into your goals. Was it the aligned investment? right? So there's a lot of massive energies here where you could feel delays, like things are taking forever and you're trying to just stay sane. That could be very common for a lot of us. And so it's like, yeah, just surrender to divine timing with all, but still take action, still show up, right? Still be mature and, in a way, an elder soul about all of this. So that energy of how to master and build a whole new reality from a quantum divine consciousness on Earth in the physical reality is with Saturn energy. And the sun is the light of our soul, the light of our heart, our passion, our dreams, what we came here to do. So what we're going to see on a collective level for the whole world, it's been happening in pieces and stages, and it's going to accelerate now quite rapidly. Anyone that's not on the right track, somehow things are going to get removed to assist them to get on the right track. And the right track are the soul aligned soul contracts that we came in. What are our divine service missions? So a lot of people right now are having a hard time because they're getting let go from massive corporations. And it's, I feel for them because it's very inhumane what they are experiencing. Like, oh my gosh, I worked at this company for 12 years. I gave them everything I had. They wouldn't even let me in the door. They gave us a group firing email, right? So people are starting to see through, but they're really struggling right now with the initial shock of their entire life just shifting overnight. Right, and in quite a callous and cold mechanical delivery at that. So we're not meant to serve the machine and be a cog in the wheel of the matrix. This is very hard information for those who are new to this, so you're going to start to see mass levels of awakening. But we're also having these shifts into more holistic, natural, alternative, everything, medicine, history, all kinds of stuff. So it is truly a magnificent time to be here, but it is not easy. We've got to get in our alignment, and we got to bring in our sacred innocence, our sacred play, bring the inner child on board, and just be sure that you are rotating between all of your roles. Watch your energy and where your mind is going, pull it back. Watch your emotions. What are you investing in with your energy? Your energy is the most precious life force you have. So hopefully these different examples can assist you to enjoy the up-leveling process. It's only challenging and scary and uncomfortable for the human ego aspect. The rest of us, our soul, is so stoked, has been waiting our whole life to get to this point. So there's a lot of trust, but you also want to alternate, being your divine, magical, playful child and being the ancient elder that's taking responsibility and doing what you know you've got to do, right? And also making the necessary changes. So the last piece I want to close with for this eclipse, if you imagine a pair of scissors kind of snip, snip, right? That's what this eclipse is going to do. And the eclipse is in Virgo, which is where right now the South Node is. So for all of us right now, the North Node is in Pisces. Our mystical dream new earth realities is the direction we're going in. And we're learning how to live more like the divine sages, these lifetimes that we have had before at a soul level. Very spiritual life, not a material. Material is part of it, absolutely. But spiritual first, material comes from that, right? From a pure place. Versus the old energy of hypercritical, analysis paralysis, detailed, wanting to have things just so anywhere that we're having like control or how we're defining how we're comfortable to do something. So this eclipse is on the South Node, which is what we are wrapping up in that Virgo energy. So surrendering the control, bringing in higher wisdom and creative juices to be prosperous in these times, allowing the profound life changes of becoming more multidimensional, allowing your divine aspects to come through and help you now. So we're going from linear to quantum with this. And you can be feeling overwhelmed. Some can feel shut down or frozen, not sure how to move forward right now, or could feel very chaotic, very messy. So that's what this eclipse is assisting us. And so the invitation is to write down, what am I ready to shift? What do I want more of? What am I willing to give up that doesn't serve me anyway? Whether it's a shitty attitude or looping thoughts about, oh, they did this and it really sucked. Whatever, right? Look for where you're wasting your energy and your time. And imagine yourself now like you are obsessively cultivating energy and only using your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, your focus, your frequency all about New Earth and the dream realities and what you need to do to build that. So you want to really fixate in a disciplined fashion on what you are creating and let go of the old. Deepest surrendering, deepest faith, deepest dissolve ever. And yeah, it can feel like a lot because again, 29 degrees Pisces, if you look up, what is 29 degrees Pisces? It is exceptionally deep for all of us, the deepest levels of the subconscious. So you want to consciously work on the reversals and the rewriting of your subconscious. Let it go and welcome in your dreams, what you've always dreamt that your life would be like. And it can be whatever you are really resonating with, and just trusting the timing, not allowing the ego to dictate or narrate or define things anymore, right, from past experience. So one more key code I just remembered that we were given, because I asked, okay, so I understand these processes of alignment and then focus, right, and accomplish and produce and do what you got to do every day, like hard work, get ready to put in the hard work to grind. But the alignment is also that self-care, right? So it's our body, our light body, and the alignment, and then the rest, working our butts off to do what we're shown to do, to build the connections. I said, but what about our creations? What about where it has felt like, where is the physical materialization of what we're working towards? What about that universe? And I was sitting with Mount Rainier for this. I had to go to the mountain to get clarity because it's all been so much this week, of course, and in general, right? You can feel the shifting of the paradigms, and it's like, okay, big things are happening. What do we do? What do we not do, right? So what I received was guidance said, we want you to hyper focus in the now moment. And they use the words, the micro, nano, now moment of today, of this 24-hour period. So it's like a mini world. The entire reality is encapsulated in the now. So we're going into that nano of the 0 point. If you haven't watched that video about the nano, I highly recommend it. It will assist you to expand the now moment. They say we don't want you to go too far ahead. If you have to go out ahead, maybe go 48 hours. So today and tomorrow, right? But you don't go out with your energy. You don't project out too far, because then you're not bringing the fullness into this now moment to then build what you're bringing in. So that's another discipline of the mind, another mind science, quantum mind science of the now moment. And of course, yes, we will have, we're going to be making appointments in the future and things like that. But what they're trying to say is don't get too carried away with, what about if this happens or what about that, right? And like watch like the Chicken Little kind of stuff. This is all of our nervous systems freaking the fuck out with all these frequencies and all of this shift and so many unknowns, right? And so we're listening to this quiet, still voice of the soul guiding us. The blueprints are all here. And we have to be in a particular frequency of calmness and peace, because it's all light codes in order to read those light codes, right? So just know you have it all inside. The main work is to stay calm and don't go negative. Listen deeply. Surrender all your emotions. Do the emotional clearing. Keep doing those rituals of burn bowls or whatever you need to do to let it come out. But stay in, okay, just for today, what is my focus? Because each day we are building tomorrow. Each day we are building whatever it is, whether maybe for me it has to be a new car, also a home, right? What are you working towards? A client base, starting to promote your service or whatever. So I hope this can assist. It's hard to talk about these things because they're so big and there's just so much here. And it feels like there's so much at stake as well. A lot of us could really feel like spread so thin right now. So giving you all the love and massive support. You got this. And to assist you with maintaining your clarity and feeling illuminated and alive and empowered, I shared a beautiful 2-hour masterclass all about the energy bodies working with the gold ray. And this is for your glandular system. So this will really assist you. Pituitary, hypothalamus, the hippocampus, amygdala, with the golden robes here, golden plasma, and the amethyst and violet fire. It was super cool because I released that last week to support everyone through this eclipse portal, because we're going to have another one in 2 weeks. And then we have spring equinox. And I noticed a lot of wonderful frequency channels also putting out violet fire. So this is part of our service to support ourselves and also the collectives, right? By bringing our most clear, our most peaceful, grounded, capable self for the entire situation, for all the collectives. So wishing you an amazing experience. Reach out if you would like some support. I would love to support you. And it's going to be amazing. And it's going to take what it takes and the timing, all of it. We've got to surrender all the details and just keep going, one foot in front of the other. Have an incredible, magnificent week. Namaste.